So for our piles, we have the Five of Pentacles for pile 1, paired with the Leopard Jasper. Then we have for pile 2, the Devil, paired with the Peacock Eye Stone. It is a dragon egg shape, okay? And then for pile 3, we have the Moon with the Turtle Back Stone, also a dragon egg shape. So go ahead and choose, why are you single? Pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Hey, pile 1. So you chose the Five of Pentacles. You're definitely in a place of needing to relieve yourself from exhaustion. It could be having to declutter your life or walk away from things that you feel like are stagnant, not serving you. I feel like you've been energetically feeling a shift or a need to move just based off of the other cards and how they've come out. But before then, I was just feeling like you were healing from like being left off in a cold. It could be somebody who is emotionally detached, or a belief system that you felt like was not necessarily copious in whatever circumstances that you were dealing with prior. For some of you guys, you could have had to leave a certain city or area, and it's been a bit tough for you to get outside of work, or to maybe even find work engagements that you feel like would make you stable enough to be attractive, is what I'm picking up. And I'm also picking up with this, you have a basic need for solitude some of the time. It feels like you could be very exhausted or working a lot, or like there's an intimidating work schedule or energetic shift that's happening where you don't necessarily have time for romantic offerings or to stabilize yourself, to get comfortable. You could be having a huge turnaround when it comes to work, feeling more wanted or feeling more confirmed in whatever it is that you do. And because of that, feeling more authentic, like you don't have to keep shadowing who you are. Maybe you dealt with individuals who used to do that to you, and I feel like you're no longer playing the field with that, because you do have the Page of Pentacles, Temperance, the Queen of Pentacles, and the King of Pentacles is your first row. Is definitely getting like you're healing from a lot of reconciliation energy. Perhaps there was someone that you definitely prioritized or believed yourself to truly be meant for, and perhaps that's true, but I am picking up some of you guys are definitely waiting on something. There's something that you are waiting on returning. Do not get mad at me, don't shoot the messenger here. I feel like I said, you had to walk away, but there is something that you seem to be energetically waiting on emotionally, and it could be that you are like distracting yourself through work endeavors here, or like clothing. Materialism in some ways is very important. I feel like it's important to you energetically, especially if you're a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, or you have Sagittarius placements in your chart. I wouldn't be surprised if you feel this very, very strongly. Or air. Yeah, I'm also getting that too. And funny enough, I just want to let you know, when it comes to career and things like that, you could just be soaring, and this is why you're single. Okay, you could be also, for some of you guys, wanting to rediscover yourself, or an interest that you had perhaps when it comes to your sexuality. Okay, that's not for everybody though. Then you have the Ace of Swords, the Ten of Cups, the Seven of Wands, and the Devil. This is where you get fiery, steamy. Your communication is off the charts too. I feel like you have a lot of people who want to make offers to you or commitments to you. People find you very attractive, but there is something that is very toxic perhaps in your dating pool. Okay, or you feel like people are not necessarily as serious as you are. I'm also picking up here, there is an energy of someone who is still trying to take ownership of you. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Okay, so there's a toxic relationship that I feel like has clouded your judgment when it comes to new commitments, opportunities, or endeavors. There's like some sort of frustration when it comes to love. Okay, and also for some of you guys, whatever it is that you do for work, you could feel like it's niche, and others feel like it could be toxic. Okay, or what you talk about or what you do can be very toxic. Okay, and I'm not judging you, I don't know what you do. Okay, but it is giving that energy of someone who doesn't necessarily like the entertainment industry, if you're in that industry or field, or let's say if you're into healing work or things like that, maybe they're not necessarily into that. Or let's say you've dated a lot of people. okay, or somebody knows about your dating history ever so slightly. I feel like there's something here that intimidates you, or like a past connection here that intimidated the hell out of your ability to be you. Okay, so if you're a masculine, for example, and you've dated a lot of women, you could have had women who were very popular, who could have affected your image, okay, manipulated your image when they were extremely toxic. This is not to say that you're perfect either. I do feel like there's something that you had to address. Perhaps you sought therapy. Same thing could be going on for my women or my feminines that are watching this too. You could have had people who wanted to destroy or corrupt your perception of self through a large crowd or following that really intimidated your confidence and maybe even had you shift into some of these things that they were projecting, okay, onto you energetically. So to see that overall you were coming through as a hermit, this is about you shamanizing yourself, learning from your mistakes, healing and growing, making exponential amount of powerful shifts, but you're not necessarily accompanied by many people. A lot of people are not able to see this side of you, and you don't necessarily want that because you're so enlightened with the people who are on your journey, if any. You're so happy within, but there is this energy of you wondering sometimes if you're making the right choices. I definitely am getting there's going to be a powerful shift in your romantic life or someone that changes this for you, but you really do have to experience the depths first, okay? Because it's going to teach you something. It's going to allow you the ability to gain some upper hand over some hurdles in the meantime, some things that maybe you knew had to factor in or be cleared out first, or you know of a person who is energetically that's been coming through. Maybe you've been getting readings or downloads of this person. There's something here about the strength, the independence, getting through hurdles, prevailing, okay, climbing out of negative toxic situations that are coming through. So just know that there's going to be something better that's coming in, but you have to use your movement here, as we do see in the Five of Pentacles as well. That walking energy is coming through twice. You had to gain your independence, you had to nurture yourself, or this ability to run or shift away from something that just you needed to let it go, okay, or evolve from. For some of you guys, this could be about you reconciling. Like I said, where are you going? What direction are you taking? What do you feel necessary for you? All right. Because I feel like maybe emotionally you had this affecting your mind that was affecting the way in which you maneuvered, and you're needing to stray away from that depending on how you were being treated. And for most of you, I feel like it's quite unfairly, okay, with the Five of Pentacles, quite unfairly. Your cards here, the Stargate of Lyra, expand your casual chakra and enter the unicorn kingdom. This is definitely letting me know that you need to be more youthful, more childlike, but also mature in your approach to this perception, because your inner child is definitely growing. You could be connecting with it at a different phase than what you were accustomed to at one point in time when you had like past memories come up. And I feel energetically that this is a powerful shift. It's a good change and transformation. Some of you guys have a strong connection with animals, okay? And I feel like maybe you have been using your energy there, maybe going on walks or doing something that is more productive this time around. Like, let's say you had animals in your past, perhaps you were a little bit too young to really caretake like how you wanted to, and now you can do that presently, okay? That could be coming through with that Stargate of Lyra. But this is about you opening the doorways to positive outlooks. So you just walking or like taking some time for yourself, it feels like it's a better priority for you to get to the proper destination that you need to. And then you have confidence in the power of healing. This is funny because it's Virgo energy again, which confirms the Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn being very strong in the reading. But I feel like you are recognizing that you are going to be some sort of power play. You are very important, and not everyone's guidance is needed, necessary, nor vital, okay? They may have their own recipes and potions, and they may have taught you a lot, but it is time for you to stand out and have your own opinions, to come up with your own beliefs in order to be this true powerhouse that everyone else may claim that you were, but I feel like you didn't necessarily feel it at one point in time, and you're about to feel it rather soon. Now, the confidence and the power of healing is saying, it's the sixth chakra, okay, Selena and Virgo. My body is covered by an ivory robe, but my face is naked, illuminated by an inspired light from within. My hands are capable of creating and protecting. Listen, you, excuse me, listen, you who are so young, beautiful, and pure. Love not yourself and the other, but love the other and yourself. Okay, so I feel like there's an energy of you recognizing how to appreciate yourself whilst not being intimidated by the mockery of others, okay, as you do what it is that you do. You are an expert at yourself, at being loyal to who you are. Um, and it's good to teach others when it's vital, but sometimes you do need to keep some of you to yourself. I feel like it's a part of your personality, Power One, and it is something that doesn't come easy to most, although you make it look so easy. So you have people who often try you at who you are, or how strong you are, or how stable you can be in commitments, relationships, and things like that, and they don't want any smoke. Like, none of your exes want any smoke, and anyone new that's coming in, I feel like they're almost scared because you have the energy of like Arya Stark, okay, with like a Daenerys Targaryen kind of approach. All right, so it's like you are very intimidating, not only because of your logic, your power, your mind, your knowledge, what you know, what you're an expert in. You are also extremely sexual. People get so obsessed with you, and you're very devoted to your routine, your stabilization, your career, your work, your influence there, and to heal and to walk away from things that don't serve you. So you have a lot of people who struggle with messing up, okay, because you know what you want. You're very confident, even if you're a bit stoic, okay? You're a great mystic as well if you're into mysticism, or you do tarot or something like that, or you have like a great intuition or a mindset. I feel like you need to stay true to that. And those are the reasons in which you're single. I don't feel like it's going to be for long, but you know, in the meantime, this is why you're single, Pal One. I hope that you enjoy it. Bye. Hey, Pal 2, you have the Devil and the Peacock Stone. I definitely get an energy of you being single because you're choosing yourself after a toxic situation. You acknowledge a lot of toxicity. Some of you guys, you just may have connections to entertainment, or you love a lot of music. I feel here that maybe you dealt with someone who may have had a sense of power or a stronghold, or they believe themselves to, but they manipulated you a lot. Or you could even be in the place of acknowledging the toxic traits that you had when it came to commitments or connections, partnerships. Maybe it's even a belief system if you haven't even necessarily had a lot of a customary dating connections here, or they're atypical, they're not the same, okay? I think it's so funny because for your next energies that you have here, it says you never need to worry about a steady income, and you will be showered with good luck. So I was definitely getting an energy of someone who is really wealthy, stable. Maybe you have your priorities connected somewhere else more than most, or you did at one point in time. You may have even received a lot of blessings when you were a bit younger, or even if this is something that you've newly come into, I feel like you recognize that there was something really toxic in your love department that it just wasn't necessary here. I'm picking up on an energy of you perhaps needing to cut yourself off from someone, either under the year of the snake, okay? Or someone with snake-like energy that was very vicious or malicious, and you gained a lot of wealth, or a lot of signs that you will have steady flow of income because of this, and that you'll have a lot of good fortune because you recognize the toxicity in this. We also see this supported by the punishment, Seven of Swords, the Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Water. This makes total sense. It feels like you've only been dealt a lot of childish, manipulative, petty like energy, and you're the Ten of Pentacles at the center, at the heart of this message, okay? So it feels like you've had to complete some sort of karmic cycle, or a cycle that just wasn't meant for you, other than to teach you a very important lesson so that you can solidify something financially. So this is why you're single, because you're prioritizing that. You already know your worth, your value here. You could even be patiently waiting for a counterpart, or not even thinking about it. Maybe your finances or success is what's important. Perhaps because someone attempted to steal it, copy it, imposter you in some way, manipulate your energy in some ways. Some of you guys, I am picking up on an energy of like, someone getting away with something that they did to you at one point in time, now having to be held responsible. And I say that because you do have the visionary, which is justice, beside the chariot, okay, the red priest. And these cards, this is giving me the energy that you are moving forward victoriously, having some sort of success or victory after a betrayal from a very childish energy, whether it was in their communication, lapse of judgment. This could be like just two people, or someone who was just very short term in your life. Maybe they had a huge ego that they manipulated. It seemed well at one point in time, and then their behavior just became extremely toxic or childish. It definitely put a scar on you. It hurt you a lot, perhaps what they said to you, with mouth communication, appetite, consuming, gateway, nourishing, integrity. I feel like you have done a lot of work in this area. Perhaps you started focusing on your appetite, eating better, or just feeling better about the way in which you communicated without a person or a situation here. You could have learned how to speak your truths and not hurt yourself or sacrifice a part of yourself that others wanted you to for a long time. Yeah. I feel like you're also really groundbreaking energetically. You no longer carry a lot of weight that others want you to hold on to. And you have the cosmic ruby, which are the colors of the justice card, typically seen in most tarot decks, with the red, the gold, the whites, and things. It says, be a peace ambassador, practice cosmic mastery. Everything that you do right now and what you set your mind to is leading you to divine intervention. Things are playing out magically for you during this time. You're very expansive when it comes to your work endeavors, and you're definitely prioritizing that so that you can grow something. You could be saving up for something very significant or important, or making some sort of milestone in your life that's very significant. This could have a lot to do with like trust. Let's say you have children, or you have some sort of thing that you need to be responsible of, okay? I feel like you dealt with someone who misconstrued your connection to them, tried to make you seem chaotic or crazy, and like they're belligerently in your life in an area in which you don't necessarily want them to, especially if you have some sort of legality. I feel like there's progression there. You are, like I said, being led to victory, or someone is in this situation or circumstance. It's just like the frustration of it all is halting something. So I feel like directly you guys are being halted by something that either your counterpart is experiencing, like the next person you're meant to be with, or this is you, or you're feeling the effects of this in some way because this shift or transformation occurred. It's like it's affecting you in some way. The signs that are significant is Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, Cancer, Libra. Very, very strong, okay? And some Virgo. But your last card here, 20, it says loving and trusting yourself. That definitely has a lot to do with the heart chakra, sun, and Leo energy. This is that energy of like, I want myself, I love myself, I'm influenced by what it is that I do. You know, if you love me, that's great, but I'm going to love myself first. I'm going to appreciate myself. I'm going to adore myself, shower myself, because I recognize where I was a bit codependent prior to, and in me recognizing or undoing that pattern, I've really fallen in love with myself, and I give myself a lot of peace. Even if others try to make me feel misunderstood, they can't, because I'm so confident, I'm so strong. Okay, so you or someone else could be embodying this energy, but I feel like it's you guys when it comes to your singlehood, and you have a person here who is really interested in chasing you, but they know that you love your privacy. So it's like about you cutting away from negative perspectives when it comes to relationships or commitments to really have something incredible happen whilst still having your self-love. Because I feel like whatever is coming in the future is definitely different. It's going to make you have an immediate halt, maybe even have you thinking about if what you're doing present day is wisest. Okay, so just remember that I said that and be optimistic. I feel like you'll have this change very quickly. It'll be a powerful one, but you'll see it from different sides. Okay, so for 20, with loving and trusting yourself, it says, should I be clay to others' desires? Should I mirror myself in lover's eye? I will be my muse and my goddess. I will be the master and the servant today. I want you, but if you don't want me, then I don't need you, is the motto of the majestic and proud. An ordinary stool can look like a throne if a queen or king is sitting on it. At times, there is no need for others because we are enough to be as great as the whole world. The trust we need is there in our own eyes. And our body is the truth we need, and our hands the strength we need. And when we look in the mirror, we should see ourselves naked and love what we see. So perhaps you weren't appreciated. Simple as that. And now you're preparing to get what it is that you deserve, even if it comes from you first. Maybe you needed to reconnect with yourself first due to someone getting in the way and attempting to sabotage your inner balance, your inner masculine and feminine, if you believe in that, or just your ability to coexist with others, okay, was affected in some way. So how to, that is the reason in which you're single. I hope and pray that it resonated with you guys. I love you so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So if you chose pile 3, you chose the moon and the turtle's back stone. I was getting instantly that you guys have some hidden feelings or emotions when it comes to why you're single. It feels like there was some shadow work in what you had to do. I'm not going to lie to you. It gives the energy of like you no longer care about love. You don't give up was the song that kind of came through while channeling your download here. But I'm getting that you're drifting off from that energy or subsiding it, because I feel like there was something that intentionally affected you emotionally. I feel like you've evolved from this situation. You had a lot of people trying to put you in depths that you didn't deserve. And like I said, I feel like what you don't see coming is that you're going to care about love. You're going to have the perfect life, if you will. You're just recognizing that perhaps you were dealing with people who weren't necessarily ready for love, mature enough in love. Maybe when it came to work or something like that, the structure there, maybe you dealt with a lot of work romances or things like that. But I feel like you're recognizing your worth. You're changing a lot, maybe even what you do. Okay, so you have a lot of other things that you're prioritizing. Okay, so I am getting here with your next message. You are capable, competent, creative, careful. Prove it, okay? There is something about you proving something to someone who, you know, put you in this negative aspect that you didn't need or deserve at a time. This is like somebody making something harder on you emotionally, okay, after you've experienced some sort of hardship, okay? So you do have the Two of Swords, the Four of Swords, you have the Chariot, and you have the Six of Cups. So I am getting a heavy Libra, Scorpio, Aquarius placement, Taurus, Pisces, Libra energy with you guys, okay? Whether it's you or someone else here, but I'm mainly picking up on you guys. You're definitely single because there's something that you know intuitively is coming that you don't see. I feel here that it is related to your peace and circumstances as far as your progression. You know that there's something that's wonderful that's coming in. You may not know how much, okay? And you know that a lot of people from your past, they like to reconcile or they like to sneak back in some way, shape, or form. And you're no longer dealing with that. I feel like these people will eventually be like the bottom of the barrel to you, okay, from your past. But there is this energy of like someone not wanting to let you go. It could even be frustrating. Okay, frustrating. You could get like phone calls, or like there's something about the term media selections that's coming through. I don't know who that's for. Okay, but that could be significant here. I'm also getting that there's a lot to do with your work transgressing. You have the Seven of Water, which is the Seven of Cups, the Five of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, heavy earth energy, and the King of Air that's coming through, Aquarius energy. So right off rip, you're getting huge pay raises and promotions at a time where people who, it's like they wanted to discard of you, or they wanted to hide a lot of shit from you, now they want to view you as an option, or they want to come in and tell you that there's some sort of lapse of judgment. And I feel like you're clearing away a lot of negative concepts, or breaking down the areas where you feel like people were trying to hold up some sort of manipulation or fog over your head. Okay, it's like you're seeing through the truth and it's paying out. Okay, you could also be making some huge changes when it comes to a vehicle, a move, some sort of transformation, or that's what you've been prioritizing most. And like I said, it feels like when it comes to love, you've only attracted King of Air when you're the freaking demoness, which is the Empress in this deck. Okay, this is giving me the vibe of like someone who sees where someone is just manipulative, if you will. Like, yes, it's in the upright. Somebody could be extremely logical, very put together. I could be picking up on the type of person who still works with like their ex-husband or something like that. Okay, it's giving that vibe or that energy of like you won something, or you've elevated in an area in which they still struggle, and with you accelerating in the extreme in which you have, their offer is nothing in comparison to what you deserve. Okay, you may not even be waiting for an emperor because of the dominance of the demoness energy. It's like, that'll be great if it comes in, but I'm not focused on that. I'm more focused on my work. I'm more focused on my goals. I'm more focused on the opportunities ahead and in front of me. And if that person shall come in, you know, so mote it be. And I feel like you need to understand that energy is coming in. All right, whether you want it to or not. And so your future is going to be very different than what you imagine it to be. And you have brain, higher consciousness, knowledge, critical nature, thinking clearly, and duality. So this energy definitely had you in a sense of tension. Okay, it brought a lot of tension as you were having these spiritual heightened awareness to just how much you've been growing. It's like you gained a lot of insight and clarity at a time where you saw someone who was trying to block your pathway, what you were seeing, trying to manipulate your perspective. Okay, and so this caused your third eye to awaken even more. So now that you've had that, you may struggle with trusting that people are different. Okay, it might be something that you perpetually have to remind yourself of. Okay, it's a patterned way of thinking that I feel like you are focusing on, and the infrastructure is showing that you've made so many improvements. It's only a matter of time before things are to progress in a positive way. And then you have enter the magic. Live in the now, seize the moment. So definitely a lot of beautiful positive transgressions that are bound to happen for you. I feel like you need to appreciate the moment, go with the flow. I feel like source has been telling you that you have been working too hard. You've done a lot. How much can one person take? Like, you have to accept that the other person or other situations, they have to take responsibility and accountability, especially if you've done all of the cord cutting. You've been very methodical in your perspective and your learning and your due diligence here. It's like, let them kiss your ass, okay? Let them miss your backside, all right? With 15 here, protecting your feelings, you're definitely holding yourself to a higher standard. You recognize where you took a chance, okay? And with you calling your power back, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? You are learning that a lot of people will try to intimidate you for doing that, but it's only their projections, okay? It's because they want something that you have. They want to, like this King of Swords, look at you and put you down, even though you are worth more and you are reflective with your resources. You have a lot of morals too, in which I feel like they were able to manipulate at one point in time. Now they're not able to do that. So you're being very decisive with your energy. You could even be considered being manipulative back, but I feel like let's not give it a bad name or a bad reputation, okay? Because I feel like you're doing what you need to do against extremists, and there could be a lot of individuals around in this energy that are like monopolizing the market that kind of make you a little bit perturbed at the idea or the concept. And also, I feel like your true person may not necessarily live close by you, but it doesn't mean that it's not going to come when it's meant to. And I feel like that's what's most exciting, and that's the change and the switch up that you need to really be optimistic about and open about, okay? You could be like savoring your energy or preserving yourself, but I feel like Source is not mad at it. They could be encouraging you to do this. So let's read number 15. This is Vishurta, or the throat chakra, Sun in Libra. I agreed to undress. I bared my feelings first, then I bared my mind, and I bared my body, my soul. I bared all of myself, except one secret something, and that I keep, and that I keep mine, even if I surrendered everything else. There always comes a time when we find ourselves naked, a willing choice, a risk, even a gamble. Being naked means being vulnerable. It can hurt. It can hurt deeply. It can leave scars. But what if we never showed ourselves without our costume or our mask? The body would become a fortress, pure and unconquered, and in the end devoid of life. So that under the costume and behind the mask, there may actually be nothing. There is a choice, however: when to get naked, how to get naked, how fast, and how profoundly. Protect yourself, but savor the feelings of opening up. Let others accept you at the pace you are comfortable with. So, whatever pace that you are going, I feel like you're changing it and you're allowing the structure to flow as it needs to. So if you feel like, maybe I have been holding myself back, waiting on a situation right now, and I need to have some fun, do that if you feel like it's necessary. But I feel like don't regret the choice. There is something that is always meant to be learned. And also, I would avoid judging yourself for having that feeling. But don't become too excessive is the most important part. And I feel like that's what Source is, reminding you with you protecting your feelings. Because I feel like perhaps maybe you were too overly involved or too emotionally open with the wrong energies, and it affected you, okay? So this is why you were single. This is at least why it's coming through for Pile 3. I hope and pray that it resonates for you. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.